Welcome to the Tonya Hofmann's Fabulous TV Show. I am Tonya Hofmann. This is my fabulous TV show. And every time I have an incredibly fabulous guest star. And today is like over the top fabulous Mr. Harrison Klein. Hey, Harrison.
Yay! Hi, Tonya. We'll get animated. Let's get animated.
Exactly. I know, one of the things that I love is I met Harrison, a couple years ago, and immediately you're just drawn to your personality. You just are
thank you.
so loving and hugging, and you're like, oh, I got to get to know this guy.
I'm a hugger. I'm definitely a hugger. Yeah. I don't shake hands anymore. I've given all that up. I'm much happier hugging.
I know. It's always funny to me when I meet someone that's uncomfortable. They're like, oh, I'm like, okay, here's a handshake,
Right. Right. And it's much more fun to hug than shake anyway. So.
Exactly. And Harrison is one of our incredible members of the Public Speakers Association, and we would love to have you all get involved. And,
what a great group.
Yep. So make sure you go check out Public Speakers with an S.
Make sure you do.
.com.
Make sure. PublicSpeakersAssociation.com. All right.
So Harrison, I know that you've got a lot of things that you do, and you're really out there wanting to change lives. And you've got a new project about, you interviewed like 16 billionaires to get what their money
is. I have. Yes, I have. So, what happens is that there are about 1,900 billionaires on the planet. And those 1,900 people, they control about 97% of the Earth's wealth, leaving 3% left over for the other 7 billion of us. So what I know about metaphysics is that our lives are created from the thoughts and images of our mind, and we create our own realities. And the higher we evolve, the more we realize that. So it must follow, I would think. Would you agree that it must follow that they think radically different than everybody else?
Has to. I mean,
it has to, because
they're the guys that I've met. I'm like, but they're like normal people too. So there's like this.
No, they're normal people. Yeah, but they have particular ways that they do things, and particular habits that they have, particular focuses that they have, and particular things that they tell themselves a little bit differently. Actually, things you'll never see in a self-help book, things you'll never see in a wealth course, things you'll never see in some explanation of how do I create my money. They will give you the standard traditional ways, but when you get into them and you begin to talk with them, you begin to probe, and you get to see, where do they manifest in their body? What are their attitudes toward things? What are their experiences in making corrections on things, et cetera, et cetera? Well, I was able to interview 16 of them, and what really blew my mind, Tonya, was the fact that of the 16 that I interviewed, only 2 of them knew each other directly. They all knew of each other on the list. They all knew of each other, but only 2 knew each other directly. And yet all 16 of them had the exact same process. So that's mind-blowing to me, because, how many times can you say that, people have the exact same process and produce the exact same results in terms of billions of dollars? And again, it's nothing you'll find in a self-help book. But I do basically give that to my elite students, which I teach them the intricacies of that. But for your group, I'm going to do something very special. I'm going to give you a module that I did called How Billionaires Set Goals, and that's at howbillionairessetgoals.com. And, if you guys are interested in that, that's a free gift. And with that, I'm going to give you, a number of other different options for a growth process for you guys. Now, one thing I can tell you for sure is that I'm not going to guarantee that if you do the same things that are said there, you're going to become a billionaire, but I will guarantee, because that takes persistence and that takes talent as well, but I will guarantee that it can definitely increase your income and your cash flow very quickly. And I'm living proof of that.
Nice. So do you have one thing that kind of jumps out at you when you were interviewing them that you're like, really?
Yes, but I prefer to let you guys go get the free gift.
All right, tease us like that. I love it. I love it. And so when you're out there and you're interviewing, these amazing people, um, do you find anything that comes up for you when you're going through that process?
Yeah, well, for one thing, understand. I'm sorry, my breath just gave me a kiss goodbye. She was walking by. So, uh, yes, one thing that we understand and that billionaires understand is that money and everything else is really energy, and that it's all an energy field. So as we step into an energy field, which we can do by simply projecting ourselves into the vibration of a particular thing. So, and one of the ways you can project yourself into the vibration of something is you can take a billionaire that you love or somebody that you like, and you can actually project your energy into what he feels like. So all fields of energy are really just the same thing. This is everything. It's energy. We're just interpreting things that we see from the vibrational energy that's out there. So if you project yourself into the field of billionairehood, of the mindset of a billionaire, you are going to begin to resonate with the same vibrational frequency, and then the law of attraction takes place and starts to bring you some of the things they have, if not all of the things you have, if you can stay there. So it's a very high frequency, obviously. It's a very high financial frequency. It may not be high in every other way, but it's certainly high financially. And it's just a field of energy. And one of the ways that I teach people to increase their income is to project themselves into the energy field of people who have a lot more than they do. And, then keep coming back to that till it becomes habitual. And so the law of attraction then must, by your point of attraction and your vibrational field, bring that to you.
Wow.
Is that cool?
That is cool.
You want, you want another tip?
Yeah.
Okay, another tip. Richard Branson, every morning before he leaves his breakfast table, writes down 25 different ideas that he has for improving humanity, things that he can do or things that can be done to improve humanity. Every single day, 7 days a week. That's how he starts his day. Now, can you imagine the mindset that has, the abundance mindset of how we can improve humanity? Can you imagine what that feels like? Every day, after he does that, he gives the tips to his secretary to find people to implement those ideas. And so just the thinking in that range will improve your feeling of abundance gigantically and amazingly. So it's really an amazing thing to kind of even just begin to do those kinds of things. I mean, the first or second day you may come up with 25 ideas, but to keep that going, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, and then, a month, and then a week, and then a month, and then a year, it's going to put you into a mindset of tremendous abundance. So that mindset, again, is a frequency, and it's a vibrational field, and it will bring you energy. It will bring you the energy of abundance, whatever that happens to mean for you. It can bring you the energy of tremendously substantial people. It can bring you the energy of money. It can bring you the energy of, self-improvement in a dramatic fashion, so that you can, feel confident in the company of the most prolific and amazing people on the planet. So it's really a good thing. So those are two pretty strong tips.
Right. Amazing. I know when I created the Public Speakers Association, I came up with the motto, change the world from the front of the room. Because a lot of times people, they don't look at themselves as change makers in this world. They're like, I just go along,
Yes.
and they're just part of humanity instead of standing out and really helping humanity.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that I've learned is to have a bigger vision for myself. So the bigger vision, the vision that I have for myself right now is that I'm going to be changing. I'm already in the process, pretty far along, of changing 1 million lives on the planet. That is my vision. I change 1 million lives, and that's my affirmation on a daily basis. And basically, we're improving that and running those numbers on a consistent basis. So as we have a bigger vision, we fall into the mindset of serving vast numbers of people and tackling global projects as opposed to small individual business projects. And when you tackle a global project, you have people coming out of the woodworks to help you in every single way because it's a bigger vision than most people have for themselves. You have to have a large bandwidth to even think of something like that, you know. So as you, you know, the thing that all great visionaries have and all great, you know, billionaires and super achievers on the planet have is they have a great deal of self-love. They believe in their own destiny. And then from that place on, they also have a vision that serves vast numbers of people. And they deliberately look for visions that serve very large numbers of people. And then they go and they do like Richard Branson. They sit down and they find, you know, Richard Branson has, you know, a vision that serves all of humanity on a consistent basis, one after another, one thing after another. So when you have a vision like that, your mind is in that space. And guess what? The law of attraction brings you the things that make that happen.
I know, you know, for me, it's been a long journey. You know, I always love showing people the picture of me as an introvert in 2005. And this was at the holiday gala, ladies. This is what I wore to it. It said, "Don't look at Tonya," you know. And, you know,
you look so good now, baby.
There's a mindset change, right? Because back then,
Yes.
it's like, I'm afraid of everything. I want to keep everything away. And then I was like, okay, it's a little bit easier, you know, and I kept pushing myself to the point where then I thought, you know, maybe I can help people here in my local area. And then I went to, maybe I could help people in Austin.
Yeah.
And then I went to the state and then the nation, and now it's international, right?
Yeah.
So a
So
lot of times it's just about starting.
So the whole thing is, you know, the talk is about transcendence. When you're spiritually and evolving, the talk and the principle and the dynamic is about transcending, which means to end the trance. And when you end the trance, you are not focused on you. You are focused on what is the bigger process. So, you know, the moment you transcend, it's no longer about Tonya or Harrison or anybody else. Now you're in a space of who and what can I really do on a bigger scale. So you know, the vision that most people have is, you know, I want to have X amount of money, or I want to get this done, or I want to have a business that serves, you know, mechanics or you know, speakers or coaches or whatever the case may be. But let's take a look at what the global needs are, because when we start to think globally, like you did, like I am, like things like that, when we start to think globally, the ideas for global expansion come to us, the ideas that make a difference. And then you know, you dip your hand in the honey jar enough times, you know, you're going to come out with some honey on your hand. So you're going to find the things that matter and that actually produce those things. So yeah, it's pretty incredible, actually. So yeah.
Do you, I know when I, you know, have a coaching client, the first thing I try to get them out of is the fear of being famous and rich.
Right.
And I think it's a real challenge for a lot of people.
Okay, so, you know, first of all, fear is an illusion. So, you know, we have to understand that it comes from our past conditioning. So the moment we recognize that we are having a wave of fear or a construct of fear, we have to disassemble it. You know, what is the fear? Why is it there? And, you know, actually we can transcend it in a million different ways. First of all, by knowing it's an illusion, that you're okay right now, and that whatever you do doesn't matter. You can't make a mistake even if you wanted to, because you're on your path that is specifically tailored and evolved for you, that you had done before you actually came into this lifetime, and then all, you know, factoring in all the experiences of the life you've lived. But fear in terms of becoming a bigger person and things like that is simply a matter of being comfortable with yourself and greater self-love. So how do we create self-love? Well, we understand that self-love has to do with self-acceptance unconditionally, regardless of what you've done or haven't done or failed to do. or omitted doing, basically you're worthy of love. Secondly, it has to do with self-competence, so you are good at something, you've been given a gift regardless of what that is, and that gift needs to be shared with the world. That's why you're here. And third, you have to have fun doing it. It's a game. If you're stressed out by doing it, you're not doing it right, because having fun doing it is the ultimate experience of living on this planet. So self-love, self-competence, okay, or competency, and then self-respect. What is self-respect? Self-respect means that basically you judge yourself in a great way. You look at yourself again and again. The word respect means to is broken down in two parts. Means to come back to or go again. And then spect means to see. It's based on the word spectate. So I see myself again and again in a positive way. Okay, so as you grow that, if you understand those three different things, you will always be in a state or create a state that keeps you into a good frequency of, not worrying about fear, just going for what you do. It's a confidence state. The third and the fourth final part of that, which I really adore and is really my signature area, is the level of I ams. The word I am, the words I am are the two most powerful words in the universe. They are the governance of all energy. They are the choices we make everything from. I am happy, I am depressed, I am sick and tired of this, I am, enjoying this experience. Whatever you attach to the words I am is a signal to the universe to bring that into your experience. And everything starts in the metaphysical world, or the I am world, before it ever happens in the physical place. So the more we focus on good I ams, the greater becomes our experience on this life. So when you ask me how I am, basically most of the time I say I am wonderful, terrific, amazing, phenomenal, outstanding, incredible, awesome, turned on, tuned up, tweaked, happy, authentic, inspired, and more. So, I have hundreds of adjectives that I use that are brilliant and beautiful adjectives. I am a genius and every day I'm applying it, blah, blah, blah. So the more I ams you have that are positive, the greater becomes your experience of yourself and your self-love, your confidence, and your self-respect. So all of that follows. There are no idle thoughts in this world. There are no idle I ams. Whatever you have creates energy.
So if you just start off the first part of your day, starting with the I ams that you want to kind of expand on, that's probably good, right?
I am alert, alive, aware, right from the beginning, every single morning. Yeah. Alert, alive, aware, happy, authentic, inspired, significant, outstanding, brilliant, et cetera, et cetera.
Nice.
A great provider, a great manifester, a great salesperson, a great talker, a great confidence builder, et cetera, et cetera. So all those things, those manifest into the world. And the more you repeat those, your subconscious accepts that and sees it as truth. And then your behavior is programmed to be that. And from that behavior, we create our lives.
I love that.
Yay!
That is something everybody can do. You can do that, people. Just do it.
Just do it. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, how easy is that? I mean,
how easy is it?
It's all duplicatable.
Yeah, all duplicatable. And how do you think rich people get rich? They keep telling themselves they're rich. How are happy people getting happy? They keep telling themselves they're happy. They're focusing on their happiness. My recommendation is to take an index card or a little notepad, basically, that you have around you all the time, and just write 10 or 20 I ams on a daily basis, or write 10 or 20 I ams that you repeat on a daily basis continuously, and add emotion to the process, because if you don't have emotion, it's just idle thought that falls back into the ocean of consciousness. But when you add emotion, it trips your subconscious for acceptance. It penetrates the veil of physicality to metaphysics. So when you add emotion, I am wonderful, I am terrific, whatever emotions you want to add. I am significant, I am loving myself. As you add emotion, it goes deeper into your subconscious. And so if you do 20 I ams a day, or 20 I ams in the morning, 20 I ams in the evening, and all day long, you're telling yourself how absolutely wonderful you are. You create that existence, that experience into your life. It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
And I remember back, you saw what I looked like in 2005, and I was just so enclosed in
You
myself.
look
And
so much better now, baby.
thank you, thank you. And I remember going to the mirror and trying to say, I am fabulous.
Yeah.
And I looked at myself in my eyes, right? And I'm like, I am pretty good. I couldn't even say it, right?
Right,
And
right.
then finally I was like, okay, I am fabulous. And then, but it didn't feel it, right? But I kept saying it every day. I would look at myself several times during the day into the mirror. And then one day I'm like, I am fabulous. And all of a sudden it was like, it just started to click. But what
Absolutely.
was interesting is I had my kids come into it. And at
Yeah.
first they're like, oh, this is silly. And I am fabulous. But then they were able to say it, and then they said it, and then they believed it. And it was
Yeah.
amazing to see how fast they
Yeah.
got it.
It's instantaneous. It actually is instantaneous, and the beauty of it is that it doesn't have to be true for you at the moment. It doesn't have to be true. What happens is that the universe catches up with what you tell yourself and then gives it to you. So there's a buffer space in between when you say it to the time that you experience it. So don't worry about whether it's true or not. For those people who are listening. What you just keep doing it basically, and as you do it, the universe will catch up and deliver what you're saying to yourself. That's how the existence portion of us works. So,
Love it. And I know you've got something amazing to give our listeners today.
ooh, I do. I have something really juicy, really yummy. It's called HowBillionairesSetGoals.com. So it's one module that I took from one of my elite coaching classes. Understand that I charge $10,000 per person for a short elite coaching experience with people. So what you're going to get is worth thousands of dollars, and maybe if you are able to apply it for a lifetime, it could be worth millions of dollars. And so it's how billionaires set goals. And as you go through the process of the same thing they did, there's a pretty dramatic probable chance your income will increase fairly quickly. So it has for me, it has for lots of students that I've coached. Remember, my goal is to change 1 million lives. So I'm well on my way to that. I've changed thousands at this time, and maybe even hundreds of thousands just from my products and my other things like that. So this is something I get testimonials on all the time, significantly and frequently. So for those of you who are listening, it is absolutely free. 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 Yay. Yeah. So, just take me up on that, HowBillionairesSetGoals.com. Simple as that. So, from that place on, hey, we become a family party, so together we'll party ourselves into lots of money and lots of fun. So, I'm all about fun. I'm all about having fun along the journey, because that's what we're here for. Nobody comes to this planet to suffer. Nobody comes to this planet to be miserable. Nobody comes to this planet to complain about other people. They come here because of the thrill of the ride, the idea of the thrill of the ride. We come here before we're born for that purpose, to expand ourselves on the thrill of the ride. So I'm in the thrill of the ride. The more you evolve, the more you're in that area of essence, that area of pure positive energy, of pure positive light and fun. So, everything is fun. Everything is fun for me. So, let's go out and have some fun together, you guys.
Perfect. All right, everybody. So take Harrison up on his offer now.
Like now.
Now. So HowBillionairesSetGoals.com. And grab that offer and learn. Why not? I mean, it's free.
It is free. I mean, even just the information is going to extend your gigantic quantum leap into a bigger mindset. So, so it's beautiful. And as you apply the information, wow, look out, unstoppable. Get those power phrases. I'm unstoppable. Give them some emotion, and we'll have some great fun in that process. And we'll produce some great things. And when I say we, I'm in the middle of this with you. We're all in this together.
That's awesome. All righty, everybody. You know, we will always have an incredible guest. Make sure you go to publicspeakersassociation.com. We also have our upcoming conference, publicspeakersconference.com. It's all
In Las Vegas.
And we're going to have a blast of a time. So
There's a fun place.
Right. Right at the 4th of July weekend. Hello. Will we have fun? You know, yeah. All righty, everybody. We will see you next time on the Tonya Hofmann's Fabulous TV Show. Thanks, Harrison. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Tonya. Bye, everybody.